It's Monday and U.S. stocks are surging. We're seeing the Dow up over 300 points and the Nasdaq and S&P 500 also following suit, up by nearly 2% on the session. Joining me ahead of the election is Peter Cardillo for Standard Financial. Peter, thanks for joining me today.
Good to be back.
Well, we are seeing a U.S. political relief rally, and this does come on the heels of the FBI clearing U.S. presidential candidate Hillary Clinton of the latest email probe. So what do you make of this relief rally?
Well, obviously, it also combines a series of other factors involved, and that is, of course, a lot of traders were caught on the wrong side of the market. We had 9 straight days of declines, and all of a sudden, on a late Sunday afternoon, this news comes out, and certainly it gives Wall Street what it is looking for, that a Democratic victory is probably in sight. And so as a result of that, a lot of shorts had to cover their positions and undo, let's say, their hedging positions.
And Peter, of course, the overall picture does factor in the Fed funds futures. Now, we got that jobs report last week, and given what does look likely to be a Hillary victory tomorrow, what does it mean in terms of the Fed's funds futures?
Well, in terms of the Fed, it means that the Fed is going to raise in December. Those numbers were pretty good in spite of the fact that, the jobs creation didn't actually meet street expectations, and a little bit lower than I was looking for. But nevertheless, the good news of that report is that we finally saw wage growth kick in, and this is something everyone was looking for. So by and large, if you factor in the revisions, the upward revisions from the previous month, it was a good report, and it just seals a Fed hike in December.
And Peter, of course, we'll be paying attention to what happens tomorrow evening in terms of the election coverage, but we're also keeping an eye on the outlook going into the new year. So based on what you've seen in terms of earnings, what do you see heading into the new year?
Well, based on earnings, I think the market is going to rally after the elections. However, I want to cautious and I want to be very precise about this. If you look at the latest polls, there are some polls that suggest that Clinton is leading by anywhere from 3 to 5 points. There are other polls that suggest that it could be a very tight race. Now, if we should have a really tight race in some of the states, there's a possibility that the election doesn't end tomorrow and that it can linger. By that I mean we could be looking at a contested election. And if that were to happen, then I think we go back to what we saw last week, where uncertainty reigns and all bets for a year-end rally would probably be canceled.